Srimate Sri Vedanta Deshindra Mahadeshika Namaha Asmat Guru Bhirma Sattar Guru Bhirma Asmat Sarva Guru Bhyo Namaha Nare. Yesterday we have seen the very pleasant way how Mahalakshmi appeared as Rukmini and sent a beautiful sandesham, Rukmini sandesham to Bhagavan Sri Krishna, and how Bhagavan Sri Krishna came and took away Rukmini and married her at Dwaraka at his place. The Rukmini Kalyanam. So today we'll be looking at the other 7 Kalyanams of Bhagavan Sri Krishna as part of Srimad Bhagvatam. And tomorrow evening in the concluding session, we will see after the Kalyanams, Krishna getting united with the 16,100 princesses after Narakasura Vadha. Then Banasura Garbhabhangam, Usha Parinayam, Uddhava Gita, etc. to conclude the Bhagavata Saptaha. So, the second Kalyanam to happen was supposed to be Satyabhama Kalyanam, but actually happened Jambavati Kalyanam. Supposed to be Satyabhama Kalyanam, but ended up as a Jambavati Kalyanam, and after that Satyabhama Kalyanam. There is a distant cousin of Vasudeva called Satrajit. This Satrajit is a great devotee of Surya. Having prayed to the sun god, he obtained a wonderful diamond called Shyamantakamani. The present day technology we have has not advanced to such an extent that we can get gold from diamond. Even if you look at elementary chemistry, diamond is nothing but carbon. Carbon mass number is only 12. Gold is there at 284. So we don't have the present day technology how to get such a high density material gold from a very low density material carbon. But the Vedic technology was different. That Shyamantakamani every day gives 8 barvas of gold. If you remember the good old calculation of weights and measures, the present day 1,400 grams, 1.4 kilograms is called 1 visha. 8 vishas is 1 manu. So 1.4 times 8, 11.2 kilograms is 1 manu. 20 manus is 1 barva. So 11.2 times 20, 224 kilograms is equal to 1 manu. And the Shyamantakamani gives 8 barvas of gold every day. 224 times 8, 1792 kilograms of gold that Shamantakamani gives per day.
1.72 tons.
1792.
1.72 tons.
Yes, sir. 1792 kilograms of gold. That's why people are wondering. After Bhagavan Sri Krishna left the planet Earth, and a huge tsunami came and took away all the palaces of Dwaraka. So one of those palaces was Satyabhama's palace also. Satyabhama's palace is full of gold, made with gold, furniture is gold, everything is gold there. Lost. There is no reason for our Mahatmas like Vedavyasa to tell us a lie if it is not a fact. That's how it is. And the surprising thing, somewhere along with that, the Shamantakamani will also be there in the oceans. So that is the kind of technology. And that Shamantakamani, when you know what this gentleman did, Satyajit, he just made it like a pendant and was putting on in his chest and came to see Ugrasena, the king, Krishna's grandfather. So Krishna requested him, everybody mistook him to be sun god because the diamond is so brilliant. The effulgence was so much, people could not even look at him directly because of the effulgence of the diamond. So Krishna requested Satyajit, what do you do with that diamond? Instead of being a private property, why don't you give it to the king? He will use it for the welfare of all the people. The Satyajit is a miser. He won't give. In spite of Krishna himself asking for it, not for himself, for the welfare of the public, he won't give. Miser, lobhatvam. Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says, Trividham narakasyedam dvaram nashanamatmanaha kama krodhas tatha lobhaha tasmad etatrayam tyajed. There are 3 doors which we always keep wide open to get into hell. Narakam. 3 doors are wide open. Kamaha, the desires that we have that are against dharma. If it is against dharma, it will lead us to hell. Krodha, getting angry for everything. Tatha lobhaha, greediness. Greediness is the one. 3rd door, wide open for us to rush into hell. So this Satyajit is so greedy. Even though Krishna himself asked for it, he won't part with that. All right, he went home. He said, I won't give. It's for my personal use. I prayed to Surya. Surya gave me. Fine. Now what happens? This Satyajit has a brother. If you have a precious diamond, everybody would like to put it on and show off. So one day, Satyajit had a brother by name Prasena. He put it on in his neck as a pendant. He went on a hunting trip. After some time, Satyajit did not return. They found the dead body. Satyajit spread a scandal. The other day, I went to see Krishna's grandfather, Ugrasena, in the royal assembly. Krishna asked for the Shamantaka money. I refused to give. My brother put it on and went on a hunting trip. And Krishna killed my brother. My brother Prasena went on a hunting trip. And he is dead. So I surmise Krishna killed my brother and took away the diamond. Slowly the scandal reached Krishna's ears. Krishna wanted to put a stop to this. Krishna went searching. Along with Krishna, a lot of his followers also came. As Krishna went searching, he could easily find the place with all the blood, everything splattered, where Prasena was killed. When Krishna observed closely, he found the footprints of a lion near the scene of death. So Krishna surmised this Shamantaka Mani should be bright red in color. That bright red Shamantaka Mani on his chest, the lion might have mistaken for a lump of flesh, and this lion might have killed Prasena. He followed the footsteps of the lion. After some time, he could see the dead body of the lion. And from there, he could see the footprints of a bear, big bear. Krishna thought that means this lion was also killed by another one, a bear. He followed the footprints of the bear. That led to a huge cave. Krishna told all his followers, "You better stay here outside the cave. Let me go and find inside the cave. Let me go and find out what's happening inside the cave." Krishna went in. It was a huge cave, but inside there was almost like a palace. And in the palace, he saw a little 1-year-old boy in a cradle. And this Shamantak Mani was there hanging from a string, from a rope, like a toy for the child, 1-year-old child in the cradle. And the babysitter is swinging the cradle. As the cradle is swinging, the diamond is producing bright colors. And the baby, 1-year-old baby, was smiling. That was the scene Krishna seen. Immediately Krishna could recognize this is the Shamantak Mani. So he went there and took the diamond. And when the diamond was taken, it's not producing those colors. The boy started crying and the babysitter started screaming because for her, she doesn't know Krishna. Krishna is a stranger. A stranger came and took away the diamond, so the babysitter was screaming. Listening to the cries of the babysitter, a huge bear came out. And that bear is none other than Jambavan, Jambavan of Ramayana time. This Jambavan is not necessarily of Ramayana time. He was there even before also. Right from the time when Bhagavan appeared as Vamana. See how many incarnations. Vamana, then Parashurama, then Dasharatharama. And afterwards, Balarama and Krishna in Dwapara Yuga. How do we know Jambavan was there in the time of Vamana Avataram? When Sugriva asked the Vanaras to search for Sita Devi, after Rama helped him, Rama killed Vali. So Sugriva sent all the Vanaras to search for Sita. So in the direction south, because Lanka is south of India, their hunch was Ravana might have kept in Lanka itself. So in the southern direction, Sugriva sent all big shots, Angada, Jambavan, Hanuman, Nala, Neela, all those people. So when they reached the dead end of India, southern tip, they could not find, and finally Sampati, Jatayu's brother, said he could see Sita in Lanka, which is 100 yojanas in width. Yojana these days, in the good olden days, they used to think it was 8 miles. Even if you look at the least amount of distance, a yojana is considered as a nautical mile, which is about 1.6 miles. So, 100 yojanas, 160 miles distant. The present day Sri Lanka is only 25 miles or so from Indian tip, southern tip. So the good old Lanka was far interior, and in a matter of 880,000 years, because of the sea, ocean and other things, shifting of the islands, Sri Lanka came very close. So originally Sri Lanka was a much bigger island, about 160 miles away from India. Then the question came, who will jump? Because the ocean, you have to jump over the ocean, cross the ocean. Somebody said, I can jump 10 miles, I can jump 20 miles. Somebody said, I can jump 100 miles. But I am afraid I will have the strength or not to come back after, if at all there is Sita, after searching for her. Then Jambavan said, what is the point? Even if you jump 10 miles or 20 or even 99 miles, you will fall into the ocean. Some crocodile will come and eat you, or some shark will come and eat you. And what is the point even if you go and find Sita, and if you cannot come back and tell us, and we cannot tell Rama? Then Jambavan says, I wish I could do that, but I'm a little bit old now. Once upon a time I was very young. And he himself narrates in Sundarakanda, when Bhagavan took that Vamanavatara, accepted 3 feet of land from Balichakravarti, and grew himself, huge person, Trivikrama, whose head was way above the Surya Mandalam, solar system, and his foot was there raised all the way up to Brahmalokam. Such a huge person, occupying the entire earth with one foot. Jambavan said, I was so young and energetic that time. For that Trivikrama, whose 1 foot occupied the whole earth, I could do pradakshinam to him. Such a young man, he says. But now, from Vamanavatara, Parashurama, then Dasharatama, I feel a little bit old. So I'm not that energetic, I'm not confident whether I can do that. So he requested Hanuman, you are the best person you can do, so Hanuman went. So Jambavan is pre-Rama's time. The same Jambavan here is now waiting for Krishna. And the same Jambavan even now had a 1-year-old boy also. To cross the ocean he was old, but to get children, no problem. He is having a 1-year-old child. Jambavan came and questioned, who are you, who are you? There is a one-on-one fight, fist fight. Any tree, any plant, any stone available in the cave, they used to fight. When no more stones, no more plants or trees are available, one-on-one, hand-to-hand, fist fighting, each one punching the other. The fight went on and on and on for 28 days non-stop. 28 days non-stop fighting. No food, no eating, no sleeping. Keep on fighting. The associates of Krishna who came with Krishna, whom Krishna asked to stay outside the cave, waited for 12 days. 12 days Krishna did not return. They thought, we don't know what happened. Maybe Krishna is in danger. They returned to Dwaraka. And they were all offering their prayers for the safe return of Krishna. After 28 days of one-on-one fist fighting with Jambavan, Krishna is still okay. Krishna is enjoying the fight. Jambavan got a bit tired. When he was tired, he asked Krishna, who are you? By any chance, are you my Rama? Are you my Ramachandra of Treta Yuga? Krishna smiled and said, yes, Jambavan. That day you asked me for a favor. You saw me fighting in such a wonderful way with Ravana. And you came to me and said, Rama, you are such a great fighter. I really love to fight with you. But since you helped me so much in that war against Ravana, I said, you are such a good friend, how can I fight with you? But you insisted on fighting with me. I gave you a blessing. Okay, good luck next time. One day I will find time to come and fight with you. That's why I came. Are you happy now that you fought with me? Jambavan immediately fell at the feet of Krishna and asked for forgiveness. So you are my Lord Rama. Without knowing that, how much I hurt you, Rama, constantly punching you, forgive me, forgive me. Krishna said, don't worry. It's all part of the game. I enjoyed fighting with you. Jambavan said, You may enjoy, but I feel now, why did I have that kind of a desire to fight with you? And how stupid I am to fight with you and hurt you, punch you. 28 days, forgive me. Krishna said, all right. But Jambavan did not keep quiet. If you have really forgiven me, as a token of your forgiving me, Krishna, I have a beautiful daughter, Jambavati. Please accept her in marriage. If you accept her, you will be blessing me with an opportunity to wash your feet and do the Kanyadanam. That way I will feel very happy that at least I could wash your feet and give you my daughter. That is how Jambavan washed the feet of Krishna and did the Kanyadanam of Jambavati to Krishna. So Krishna got the Shamantakamani and also the most beautiful girl Jambavati and came to Dwaraka and got united in a holy matrimony with Jambavati. After that, Krishna called Satrajit to the whole assembly and in front of everyone revealed how actually things went wrong and told him clearly, this is how the entire thing happened. Satrajit, your brother Prasyena took the diamond, a lion killed your brother, a bear killed your brother, killed that lion, and I followed the footsteps, footprints, and that bear is none other than Jambavan. I defeated him. I got the Shamantakamani and also the Kanyamani Jambavati. Now Satrajit, here is the diamond, take it. He gave it in front of everyone in the whole assembly. Satrajit was put to shame. For the no fault of Krishna, he spread a scandal that day Krishna asked for the diamond I didn't give. So Krishna killed my brother and took away the diamond. He was feeling very, very bad, very, very bad. He went home, thought about it, how to wipe out the mistake he committed of spreading a scandal against Krishna. After deep contemplation, he came to a conclusion. Just now what I heard, Jambavan fought with Krishna. As a token of his feeling sorry and as a token of asking Krishna to forgive him, he gave his daughter in marriage and washed the feet of Krishna and gave. Let me do the same thing. He also has a beautiful daughter, Satyabhama. He decided, let me go and beg Krishna and give the diamond to him and also say, accept my daughter as a token of your forgiving me. Krishna said, look, diamonds are not good for everyone. Some diamonds bring luck, some diamonds bring bad luck also to some people. You keep the diamond. It did not go well. You keep it. Just Satyabhama is enough for me. That is how Satyabhama was united with Bhagavan Sri Krishna. But there was a big problem. Krishna comes from Yadu Vamsham. They are Kshatriyas, not the cowhead people, not the Yadavas of the cowhead people. They are called Yadavas, but not Yadavas looking after the cows, but they are Yadu Vamsham Yadavas. They are kings, they are Kshatriyas belonging to the Yadu Vamsham. And their great grandfather Yayati cursed the Yadu, one of his sons, that they will be unfit to rule any kingdom. They are Kshatriyas but unfit to rule the kingdom. Kshatriyas without a kingdom. So Satrajit never thought he will give his daughter, and Satrajit belongs to the royal family where they can rule the kingdom. even though he didn't have a separate kingdom. His cousins, etc., from the Ugrasena side, they are the kings. So Satyajit was never contemplating on giving his daughter Satyabhama to Krishna, who is from Yaduvamsham, who cannot rule any kingdom. On the contrary, the people in Kshatriya dynasty who are eligible to rule, like Akrura, Krutavarma, Shatathanva, these are the three people. If you have a beautiful daughter, you'll have so many boys lining up and calling you uncle, uncle, uncle. What does that mean? You have a beautiful daughter, will you give your daughter to me? Is the original intention, actual intention. So when those three people were there constantly attending to every need of Satyajit, Satyajit understood their desire to marry his daughter. He said, okay guys, don't worry. When the right time comes, I'll give my daughter to one of you three, don't worry. I cannot make up my mind now whether I'll give her in marriage to Akrura or Krutavarma or Shatathanva. But one of you will certainly get my daughter. And all of a sudden, Satyajit gave his daughter to Krishna. Satyabhama is a very beautiful girl. The other three got extremely angry with Satyajit. And they were contemplating how to take revenge against Satyajit. So, after Krishna marrying Rukmini, then Jambavati, then Satyabhama, one day Krishna went to Indraprastham, where Pandavas started their new territory. Dhritarashtra kept the most fertile land for himself, but a desert and a forest land, Indraprastham, was given to the Pandavas. So Krishna went there, called Agni. Krishna and Arjuna burnt the whole forest. Krishna called Vishwakarma and asked him to build a new capital for them, beautiful city. Krishna called Maya. He arranged a wonderful palace, magical palace for them, assembly hall. Good. Krishna and Arjuna are the best friends. Best means best friends. Krishna gave his sister Subhadra in marriage to Arjuna. So what happened? One day Krishna and Arjuna went for an evening walk on the river, on the banks of the river Yamuna. As they were walking, they saw a very beautiful girl taking a walk there, all alone. Krishna and Arjuna are such best friends. Just like you see any young boys making fun, like enjoying fun. They too were joking. Hey, did you look at that beautiful girl? Oh yeah, I'm only looking at her. It looks she's not married. Yes, she's not married. Do you think can we go and propose to her? Immediately Arjuna said, Krishna, stop it. You already have Rukmini, Satyabhama, Jambavati. I only have two, Draupadi and your sister Subhadra. Let me try my luck. See how such a friends they are. Such good friends. Arjuna said, let me try my luck. You already have three, I only have two. Let me try my luck. Okay. Krishna said, he knew what's going to happen. All right, good luck, try. Arjuna went and started bragging about himself. Oh, you know, I'm Arjuna, Phalguna, Partha. I'm the best friend of Krishna. We have a new kingdom. You seem to be so beautiful, unmarried. I'm sure the way you are searching looks like you are looking for a nice match. Don't you think I'll be the right person for you? I'm ready to marry you. That girl said, thank you, sir, for your offer, but sorry. Why? My name is Kalindi. As a river, I am called Yamuna, but as a person, I am called Kalindi. I always live in the river Yamuna. My father is sun god Surya. Surya. And that Surya has built a wonderful palace for me inside the river Yamuna. I stay there. Surya had a wife. Some people call her Busha. Usha gave birth to a son and a daughter. The son is none other than Yamadharmaraja, Yama, the god of death. And the daughter is none other than Yamuna. Yama and Yamuna are brother and sister. After giving birth to two kids, Usha realized this husband is extremely hot. I cannot manage him. Surya is extremely hot. Temperature, very high temperature. So Usha decided, very difficult to live with him. I cannot bear the heat. But this Surya is Nitya Sakshi, Karma Sakshi, always moving. So what did Usha do? This man is always busy. She called her own shadow, Chaya. Your shadow looks exactly like you. This man is so busy, he won't even recognize whether it is myself, his wife, or my shadow. So my shadow, Chaya, come to life and you stay in my place. When it is very hot, if you keep your feet to the shadow, you don't feel the heat. Shadow can absorb the heat. Right? You be in my place. I'm afraid he will find out. So let me disguise myself as a horse. I'll go to the forest, live like a horse, doing meditation. She kept Chaya in her place and Usha went away. This boy, Yamadharmaraja, Yama, young little boy, Yamuna, even though Chaya is looking exactly like his mother Usha, the treatment, the attitude towards the kids was very different. So Yamadharmaraja had a doubt. Something is wrong here. She is not my mother. She is not my mother. But he could not think anything beyond that. After some time, Chaya got a son through Surya. You know who is that? Shani. Chaya Martanda Sambhutam Tam Namami Shanishcharam. Shani is the son of Chaya and Surya. And when she got her own son, her stepmother attitude is very clearly seen. She is treating Shani with so much of affection. But Yamuna and Yama, she is treating very different. Yamadharmaraja got his confirmation. She is certainly not my mother. One day, he called his father, Surya. Daddy, come home, quickly, quickly. What's that? Something is terribly wrong. What is terribly wrong? This lady is not my mom. He said, this mom is not my mom. Surya laughed. What a stupid way of talking. This mom is not my mom. Yes, Daddy, she is acting as my mom. She is not my mom. Surya even did not pay attention. He won't believe because little boy prattling, he thought. Did your mother give you some punishment? Are you married to your mother? He was asking. No, Daddy, she is not my mother. I know it for certain. Come on, I don't believe it. Immediately, Yamadharmaraja said, I'll make you believe, come. He went to Chaya and literally kicked her with his feet. He kicked her with his feet. Chaya got so angry and cursed him. Scoundrel, the legs with which you kicked me, may your legs fall off. That's it, immediately. Yamadharmaraja lost his two legs. It's like amputation. His two legs fell down. That's why in the cinemas, Yamadharmaraja will be walking, moving, everything. But in actual Yamaloka, Yamadharmaraja has no legs. He will always be sitting in his throne or riding a buffalo, Mahishavahana. But not like, cinema Yamadharmaraja walking around with legs and other things. He's not walking, no legs. Now Yamadharmaraja said, Daddy, I proved my point. She is not my mother. Surya said, what nonsense are you talking? You kicked her, she cursed, and you lost your legs. So how did you prove? That is the point, Daddy. If she is my real mother, even if I kick, a real mother will never curse her own son, may your legs fall off. A real mother may get angry or may give some punishment, but will never curse that her son should lose his legs. The very fact, yes, I kicked to bring out the truth. And the minute she cursed and my legs fell down, that itself is proof she is not my mother. Surya then said, yes, you have a point. You have a point. A real mother will never curse like that. Then he came, held Chaya by the neck, and asked, who are you? She said, you are right, your son is right. I'm not your actual wife. Your actual wife, Usha, I'm her shadow, Chaya. Then he asked, where is my wife? How do I know? She kept me in her place and she went somewhere, I don't know. Surya is karma sakshi. Everything that happens in the world, Surya can notice. So with his divine insight, he realized his wife Usha is there doing meditation like a horse in a forest. Then Surya also disguised, he wanted to get his wife back. He understood what is the whole story. So how to get her back? When Usha was there like a horse in a forest, Surya also disguised himself as another male horse and came to her. So easily horses and horses made friends easily. And with the Surya as the horse, male horse, his own wife Usha as a female horse, they developed intimacy and the twins born to Surya and Usha as horses are the two Ashwini Devatas. That's how the Ashwini Devatas have come. After getting pregnant, she realized, okay, this man is my husband. So she has no choice to come back. Why all this introduction? This Yamuna says that I am the daughter of Surya. As a river, I am called Yamuna, but as a person, I am called a Kalindi. My father built a huge palace for me inside the river Yamuna. I stay there. Then she also said, when I was young, my father used to say, Srimad Narayana is the Supreme Lord. He will incarnate as Paripurna Avatara, Lord Krishna. One day Krishna will come and marry you. I am expecting every day my Lord Krishna to come and marry me. I am craving for him. Right from the minute he appeared as a baby, he was crossing the river Yamuna, his feet touched me. Then itself I decided, already my husband touched me, I am his wife. When Krishna was playing with all the gopikas, etc., doing Jalakridas in me, I was thinking, it's okay, this is a childhood play, let him enjoy, childhood play, let him enjoy. But one day he will be my husband. I am waiting for Krishna to come and marry me. Sorry, you may be great, you are Arjuna, handsome, everything, but I cannot marry you. I decided to marry Krishna. He could not do anything because she is so firm. Arjuna came back just like the best friends. Krishna was mockingly smiling at him, smiling with a mock. Okay, Arjuna, did you succeed? Because you went to see a girl. Arjuna said, no, Krishna, no luck for me. She is yours. She is waiting for you. That best friends, Krishna and Arjuna. Like two young little friends in the prime of their youth, like 20 years old youth. When they see a girl, They'll say, I will go for her, I will go for her. When Arjuna came back, went and came back and said, no, not for me, she wants to marry you only. That is when Krishna approached her. And Yamuna, Kalindi knows, because she has seen him right from childhood. He was there playing on the banks of the river Yamuna. Immediately, she offered herself to Bhagavan Krishna, begged him to marry her. Krishna and Arjuna took Kalindi with them to Indraprastham. From Indraprastham, Krishna came back to his place, Dwaraka. And that is where Krishna got united in marriage with his fourth wife, Kalindi. So we have seen Krishna getting married to Rukmani, Jambavati, Satyabhama, and Kalindi. The other two marriages are very interesting. The next one to marry, Krishna got united in matrimony, is with Mitravinda. Mitravinda. This Mitravinda is actually related to Krishna. As you heard, Krishna's father Vasudeva. Vasudeva had 6 sisters. One sister, Prudha, was adopted by Kunti Bhoja, changed her name as Kunti. Krishna's father Vasudeva. Vasudeva had one sister. Vasudeva had one sister, Prudha, and that Prudha got united, was adopted by Kunti Bhoja, and she changed her name as Kunti. Another sister is a Shruta Devi, and that Shruta Devi was married to Damakosha, and their son was Shishupala. So Shishupala is the same way related to Krishna as Arjuna, but Arjuna became the best friend. Shishupala died in the hands of Krishna. Vasudeva had another sister by name Rajadhi Devi. And she was there given in marriage to the Avanti Maharajas. And that Avanti Maharaja and Rajadi Devi had 2 sons, Vinda and Anuvinda. And they have a daughter, Mitravinda. And that Mitravinda is related to Krishna as paternal aunt's daughter. Father Vasudeva, Vasudeva's sister Rajadi Devi, Rajadi Devi's daughter Mitravinda. So very closely related to Krishna as a paternal aunt's daughter. And that Mitravinda, right from her childhood, was extremely fond of Krishna. But there was a problem. Her brothers, Vinda and Anuvinda, are good friends with Duryodhana. They wanted to give their sister, Mitravinda, in marriage to Duryodhana. But they suspected, when they announced that marriage, Mitravinda was extremely sad. They suspected something is not wrong. They suspected Mitravinda will not be happy if they perform this marriage. They thought Mitravinda is not happy to marry Duryodhana. But to make sure that nothing goes wrong, Vinda and Anuvinda announced the Swayamvaram. All right. We will invite all the kings. We will introduce one by one to you. You tell if you can find anybody better than Duryodhana if you want to marry. That's called Swayamvaram, where the family members of the bride will announce that their child, that their either daughter or sister is ready to get married, and they will invite all the kings. Those days, kings used to have more than one wife. So even married people were invited. And almost all the kings were invited, along with Duryodhana. And Krishna also was invited. Mitravinda was brought in a procession. Her brothers Vinda and Anuvinda, they will keep on announcing every king that is there available, introducing to their sister. And their sister should give the consent. That's called a Swayam Varam, where the girl has the complete choice to choose whom she wants to marry. They will give a profile, just as you send a profile for the, in your, what you call, bharatmatrimony.com, shadi.com, they send their profile. So here, every king, the profile is available. Every king available there, they gave their profiles. The brothers announce, and the girl can choose. That is the arrangement of Swayamvaram. That is the arrangement in a Swayamvaram. When it came to Duryodhana, Karna, everyone, Mitravinda did not opt for. When it came to Krishna, Mitravinda garlanded Krishna. And all the kings have an unwritten understanding. If a girl chooses to marry somebody, they should not interfere. They will not even say one word to the girl. But at the most, what they can do, they will fight with the other boy and say, if you're a real hero, defeat us. Otherwise, they will not say, I'm going to take her away. But they will say, we don't allow you to marry her. We don't allow you to marry her. So, everybody wanted to fight. Everybody wanted to fight with Krishna. Arjuna also came there. Arjuna and Krishna are best friends. Since Mitravinda opted for Krishna, Arjuna said, Krishna, you don't worry. You take Mitravinda to Dwaraka. You start make arrangements for the marriage. I will handle all these kings. I will handle all these kings. So that is how Bhagavan Sri Krishna brought Mitravinda to Dwaraka and got united. So yesterday you have seen Rukmini Kalyanam. Today we started with Jambavati Kalyanam, then Satyabhama Kalyanam, then Kalindi Kalyanam, then Mitravinda Kalyanam. Mitravinda closely related to Krishna, first cousin, paternal aunt Rajadi Devi's daughter, got united with Krishna as the fifth Pattamahishi of Krishna. The sixth one to marry Krishna is Nagnajiti. In Tamil, some people call her as Nappinnai. Nappinnai or Nagnajiti. This Nagnajiti is the daughter of a king, Nagnajit. He is from the Kosala dynasty. You remember? In Ramayana's time, Kausalya, the princess from Kosala. So she is a descendant of, Nagnajit is a descendant of that Kosala dynasty. Kosala dynasty. Nagnajit, some people say, is also having another name, Kumbhaka. And they say this Nagnajit is related to Yashoda like a cousin brother. Krishna got married. మీరు పైన కూర్చోరు, ఆ అమ్మాయిని కింద కూర్చోమంటారు. So this Nagnajit, they say is related to Yashoda, like her cousin brother. Like her cousin brother. ఇంకా ఎవరైనా ఉన్నారా? నువ్వు గుడ్ గర్ల్ అమ్మా, ఏం పర్లేదు, కూర్చో, అక్కడే కూర్చో. మీ ఆవిడ చెప్తున్నా. So, if you read Tirupavai, in Tirupavai, Godadevi says, Nandagopalan Marumagale Nappinnai. Nandagopalan Marumagale Nappinnai. Krishna was there in Nandagokulam only up to his age 8. Only up to he was age 8. But in the chronological order, Krishna got married. Chronological order, Krishna got married. Rukmani, Jambavati, Satyabhama, Kalindi, Mitravinda, then Nagnajiti. So Krishna got married after leaving Vrindavan. Then how could Goda Devi say, Nanda Gopalan Maramgale Nappinnai? Manikadavam Tal Tiravai, Shirar Valiyulippa. So how could Goda Devi say, Oh Nanda Gopala's daughter-in-law Nappinnai, will you please open the door that is studded with a diamond lock, with your beautiful hands completely decorated with red bangles? How did that happen? Krishna was only 8 years old. He did not get married. So how could Nappinnai, Nagnajiti, come and live with Nanda Gopala, Nanda? That is where they say, this Nagnajit, king of Kosala, is a distant cousin of Yashoda. And he has this beautiful daughter, Nagnajiti. And when Nagnajiti was born, she was so beautiful. Nagnajiti decided, if at all I give my daughter in marriage, I'll give only to such a great hero who can subdue 7 unbridled bulls. So right from the time the girl was born, Nagnajit got 7 terrifying bulls. And he was just rearing the bulls. And those bulls are so ferocious. Anybody coming close, they will just gore him to death. And Nagnajit announced, if at all somebody has to marry my daughter, he should come bare hands. He should go and fight with the 7 bulls, subdue them. Only to such a great hero I'll give my daughter in marriage. That's the announcement right from the time the girl is born. It seems Yashoda, she went once to her parents' place and she visited her cousin Nagnajit. So along with Yashoda, Krishna also came. Young little boy, 2 to 3 year old boy. Krishna. As usual, Krishna is Krishna. Very handsome. Nagnajiti, very beautiful. Nagnajiti got attracted to Krishna. Krishna is attracted to Nagnajiti. Both of them, even as kids, were sitting, laughing, playing, and Krishna is getting very intimate with her. Nagnajit comes and, hey, get back, get back. No, you cannot play with my daughter. I will give my daughter. Don't you know that? I'll give my daughter only to that great hero who can subdue the 7 terrible bulls in my, bullpen. And they were talking. Krishna got annoyed, got up and went away, just like any little boy, 3-year-old boy. So Nagnajit, Yashoda, they were all sitting talking. It's okay, little boys, they'll be okay. Within a few minutes, the 3-year-old little boy brought those 7 bulls by the ropes that were there, put on their neck, was dragging them, made all the 7 bulls come and made them fall at the feet of Nagnajit. And he asked innocently, Uncle, you said you will give your daughter in marriage only to that hero who subdues the 7 bulls. Did you see? I subdued the 7 bulls. Now can I play with Nagnajiti? Can I marry her? 3-year-old boy. Nagnajit got the shock of his life. The bulls would have killed anybody. How could a 3-year-old boy do this? Immediately he told Yashoda, a promise is a promise. I'll give my daughter in marriage to your son. Yashoda smiled, come on. They are 3-year-old and 2-year-old kids. What marriage you are talking? No, a promise is a promise. She is your daughter-in-law. And when they come of age, we'll get them married. But first take Nagnajiti with you. Let her grow up with you. That is the justification for Nagnajiti as a little kid was living with Yashoda in the palace of Nanda. That is the reason why Goda Devi says she's like a de facto daughter-in-law of Nanda, not yet officially married, but Krishna already won her by subduing the 7 bulls. That is why Goda Devi praised Nanda Gopalan Marumagale Nappinnai Manikadavam Tal Tiravai Shirar Valayulippa Shandamai Kayal. So Nagnajiti literally grew up with Krishna in Nanda Gokulam. And afterwards, when Krishna became 8 years old, left Vrindavan, came back to Mathura, Nagnajiti went back to his father. So now, after subduing the 7 bulls, Krishna won, but that is as a child. Now, when Krishna grew up, he could easily sense he is Bhagavan. He knows everyone what we are thinking. He knows what is happening in our mind. He can easily sense what is happening in our mind even. He could feel how Nagnajiti is there, every day craving for him as Bhagavan. Anybody who surrenders to him in a pure way, he has to reciprocate. Kamala, you remember the verse? Ye yadhamam prapadyante tams tathaiva bhajamyaham. As you deal with Krishna, Krishna will reciprocate with you exactly the same way. Yashoda wanted to deal with Krishna as a child, Vatsalya Bhavam. Krishna reciprocated with her that she is his mother. Sudama and others wanted to deal with Krishna as a best friend. Sakhya Bhavam. Krishna reciprocated as a best friend for Sudama and others. Dasya Bhavam. Vidura, Uddhava, They wanted to be the servants of Krishna and serve him, do everything for him. Krishna reciprocated with them as a master, servant-master relationship. Sesha Seshi Bhava. Gopikas wanted to deal with Krishna in the most Shrungara Bhavam, in the most passionate way. Shrungara Bhavam. Krishna reciprocated with them exactly as their heartthrob, as the man of their love, reciprocated with them. Same thing, Rukmani, Jambavati, Satyabhama. They wanted to be his wives and enjoy conjugal love with Krishna. Krishna reciprocated with them in the same way in the Shrungara Bhava. So here Bhagavan Sri Krishna knows Nagnakti is there going through unbearable pain, unable to see Krishna, craving to get united with Krishna. So Bhagavan Krishna understood and came to the Kosala kingdom and went to Nagnajit and proposed, I came here to marry your daughter. Nagnajit again said, whatever happened in the childhood is different. Now that you want to marry, the condition still holds good, that you should still subdue the 7 bulls. Then only I'll give my daughter in marriage to you, because I had to perform the marriage now. Krishna said, those days there used to be Kanya Shulkam. These days, if a girl has to get married, the girl's parents are giving the money to the boy as a dowry, Varadakshina. But those days it was not Varadakshina. It is the boy's side who have to pay an honorarium to the girl's father as Kanya Shulkam. And the girl's parents used to give their daughter to that particular boy who gives them the best or the greatest honorarium, Kanya Shulkam. Krishna definitely said to Kosala king, I'm not going to give you any Kanya Shulkam. If at all you are going to look for any Kanya Shulkam, any monetary gain or benefit from me, that will be only my heroism. That will be only the way I subdue the 7 bulls. That is my heroism I show you as my gift to you, that's all. As expected, Krishna went to the 7 bulls, a fully grown-up Krishna, not a little boy. The 7 bulls, unbridled, very ferocious, came charging at Krishna. Krishna became 7 Krishnas, individually caught hold of the horns, the 2 horns of the bulls that were rushing towards him to gore him to death. Krishna became 7 Krishnas, was holding every bull by its horns and applying pressure on the horns. Krishna just pressed them down, unable to bear the pain of pressing them down. All the 7 bulls kneeled at the feet of Krishna. Kneeled at the feet of Krishna, indicating that they have surrendered to Krishna. That time, Krishna held all 7 of them by the ropes from their necks and literally dragged the 7 bulls to the assembly hall where Nagnajit was. Nagnajit was extremely pleased with the valor of Bhagavan Sri Krishna and celebrated in a very grand way the marriage of his daughter Nagnajiti, Nagnajit's daughter Nagnajiti, Janaka's daughter Janaki. Same way, Nagnajit, Nagnajit's daughter, Nagnajiti. Dasharatha, Dasharatha's son Rama, Dasharathi. Rama's another name, Dasharathi. So that is how Krishna got united with his sixth Pattamahishi, Nagnajiti. So far, Krishna, Jambavati, Satyabhama, Kalindi, Mitravinda, Nagnajiti. Who is the next one? Bhadra and Lakshana. Mitravinda he already married. Bhadra. You know Ramayana time. In Ramayana time, Kausalya from the Kosala Desha, Kosala kingdom, Nagnajiti, son of Nagnajit of Kosala. The same Ramayana time, we have Kaikeyi. Kaikeyi from the Kekaya kingdom. From the Kekaya kingdom. They are all provinces. Like in the United States, you have Florida, you have North Carolina, you have New York, you have New Jersey. So each one had its own ruler, its own king. So in that time, in India, so many princely states, Kekaya, Kosala king Nagnajit. Kosala king Nagnajit's daughter Nagnajiti. The Kekaya dynasty, Kaikeyi's forefathers, their dynasty king, that Kekaya king married Shrutakirti. And the Shrutakirti is also related to Krishna as his paternal aunt. Vasudeva had 6 sisters. One sister, Krishna's father Vasudeva, had a lot of sisters. One sister, Prudha, was given in adoption to Kunti Bhoja, became Kunti. Another sister, Shruta Devi, was married to Damakosha. Their son was Shishupala, who died in the hands of Krishna. So another sister, Rajadi Devi, another aunt of Krishna. Rajadi Devi's daughter Mitravinda, Krishna got married. And this girl, Bhadra, is the daughter of another aunt of Krishna, namely Shrutakirti. Shruta Devi is different. Shruta Devi, Damakosha's son, they belong to the Chedi kingdom. Chedi kingdom. Shruta Devi was married to the Chedi king, Damakosha. Their son was Shishupala. This auntie of Krishna is a Shrutakirti. Shrutakirti was given in marriage to the Kekaya king, and their daughter was the most beautiful girl, Bhadra. As expected, they are first cousins. They know each other very well even way before marriage. And having heard about the greatness of Krishna, Krishna's paternal aunt, Shrutakirti's son, Shrutakirti's daughter Bhadra, has decided she will marry Krishna and Krishna and Krishna only. ఈరోజు ఎవ్వరు లేరు, ఎవరు వెళ్తారో కూడా క్వశ్చన్ తెలియదు. ఓకే, గివ్ ఇట్ కృష్ణ సార్. Hey kids, why are you sitting? You want to sit there? Okay, fine. Questions? And Krishna gave his daughter, Krishna married his paternal aunt, Shrutakirti's daughter, Bhadra. Practically no opposition. In most of the marriages, Krishna had a lot of opposition. To marry Rukmini, her brother Rukmini was not interested. It was a big fight. To marry Jambavati, Jambavan's father had a non-stop 28 days fight. Satyabhama's father spread a scandal on Krishna, Kalindi, very easy marriage. Mitravinda's brothers Vinda and Anuvinda, they were not happy to give their sister in marriage to Krishna. They wanted to give her to Duryodhana. So much of tension. Nagnajiti, 7 unbridled bulls came to charge Krishna. Krishna has to fight with them and get married to Nagnajiti. Bhadra, easy marriage, because paternal aunt's daughter, Shrutakirti's daughter. Now, the last one to get married is Lakshana. And this Lakshana, you remember, Pandava's brothers, Nakula and Sahadeva, their mother is Madri. And that Madri is the daughter of the Madra king. Madra king is Madri. And from the same Madra dynasty, Lakshana also appeared. And this marriage of Krishna with Lakshana was a very easy one. The Madra kings are already aware of the greatness of Krishna, that how their sister, Badri, immolated herself on the funeral pyre of her husband Panduraja. And when Madri did Sahagamanam, Sati Sahagamanam, Kunti was asked to stay back. Kunti was taking care of all the 5 kids, 3 her own children, Yudhishthira or Dharmaraja, Bhima and Arjuna, and the Madri's sons, the twins, Nakula and Sahadeva. Nakula and Sahadeva. So the Madra kings are aware that their sister Madri died. Kunti is taking care of the 5 children, and that Kunti depended on Krishna for so much, for everything, and that Krishna helped the Pandavas so much. Therefore, by the time it came for giving their daughter Lakshana, Madra Desha king's daughter, Lakshana to Krishna, practically there was no opposition. And that is how Bhagavan Sri Krishna got Lakshana as the 8th wife. So that is how Bhagavan Krishna, that one MahaLakshmi, cloned herself into 8 forms. That's why when you are asking about Purusha, next time tell them, the Vedas describe that person is called Purusha. Not every man can be called as Purusha. Hrishchate Lakshmishcha Patnyau Ahoratre Parshve Nakshatrani Rupam. Only that person can be called as Purusha, whom Mahalakshmi married. So Mahalakshmi married means then only he can be called as Purusha. If Mahalakshmi has not accepted that person as her husband, Purusha Shabdam will not apply to them. And if still they say, oh, Bhagavan doesn't have a form or anything, tell them to read Bhagavad Gita. Dvavimau Purushau Loke Ksharascha Kshara Evacha Kshara Sharvani Bhutani Kutasto Akshara Uchate Uttama Purushastyama.
And the god Mahalakshmi 8 forms of cherub.
Mahalakshmi 8 forms.
And the god cherub.
Endukocharante, she was mesmerized by looking at Krishna. And she cloned herself into single form, she is called Mahalakshmi. She cloned herself into 2, Sri Devi, Bhudevi. Cloned herself into 3, Sri Devi, Bhudevi, Neela Devi, cloned herself into 8 forms, Ashtalakshmis. So the 8 forms of Mahalakshmi, she cloned herself so that she can marry Krishna 8 different occasions. Suppose, when is your birthday?
June 28th.
June?
28th.
Suppose mummy says, let us celebrate June 28th as your birthday. Daddy says, okay, but according to religious calendar, it comes on July 3rd. You will enjoy a second birthday also, right? One English calendar birthday, right? To satisfy mom. Another religious calendar birthday to satisfy daddy. So you will enjoy 2 birthdays, right? Were you born 2 times? No. You were born only once. But the celebration can be 2 times, right? English birthday, religious birthday. Same thing, Mahalakshmi, she wanted to enjoy with Krishna in all her 8 forms. So she took 8 forms. Yes, what's your question?
I never know if Mahalakshmi does not agree that
నీ మాటలు నాకేం అర్థం కాలేదురా, గట్టిగా చెప్పమ్మా. ఎందుకు మహాలక్ష్మి
అగ్ని చేయలేదంటే ఎందుకు అవ్వకూడదు స్వామి?
అంటే పురుష ఎందుకు అవ్వరు?
పురుష ఎందుకు అవ్వరు? It's very simple. If you are a man, a woman should accept you as a man. Then only you are a man. Okay? Same thing here. So among the millions of Devi Devatas, 330 million Devi Devatas are there. 330. When Mahalakshmi, when Devatas and Rakshasas churned the ocean of milk, Mahalakshmi appeared. She appeared with the nice garland, Vaijayanti Mala. Number 1, she is so beautiful. Number 2, she wants to get married. Number 3, she is ready with the garland. Guess what? Every Devi Devata stood in line. Will she put the garland to me? Will she put the garland to me? Everybody wanted to marry Mahalakshmi. But that Mahalakshmi came to Brahma and said, stupid fellow, who will marry you? Why should she say, I won't marry you? You know that? Yeah.
ఎందుకంటే సనాన్ని
ఎందుమా?
స్వామి.
ఎందుకంటే సన్ అని స్వామి.
సన్ కాదు, పాడు కాదు. ఓకే, he is the son of Narayana. Mahalakshmi's involvement is not there. Brahma had only a father, no mother. Okay, those days they can get a child directly from the father without a mother. Okay, from the navel of Narayana a lotus came, from the lotus came Brahma. So no mother there. So you know why she disqualified? You created Saraswati. Shamelessly, you were attracted to the beauty of Saraswati and you married your own daughter. Shame on you. How can I marry you? She said. You don't even know manners. In fact, when that Saraswati, Devatas, they can take any shape. One day the Saraswati was so beautiful, this Brahma wanted to marry her. He is unable to. They can take any form. One day Saraswati became a deer and she was just running around playing. Brahma thought, this is the best opportunity for me. He also became a deer and started running behind her and slowly made friends to get married. And finally when he got married at Brahma and Saraswati, his own son Narada came and said, shame on you. How could you do this? You know what Brahma did? Okay, I'll find a way out. Let me burn this body to ashes. And even from the ashes, I know how I have the power to come back again as Brahma from the ashes. So what he did, he immolated himself. And from the ashes, again he created himself as another Brahma. And he said, you see, this Saraswati is created by the previous Brahma. I immolated myself. I'm a new Brahma, so I can marry. Narada smiled and said, stupid logic, you are stupid logic. So exactly Mahalakshmi disqualifies Brahma and says, no, how can I marry you? Shankara was in line. He said, oh my God, if I marry you, I don't know whether I will be like a Sumangali or not, because you have no discrimination. You don't even think whether something is right or wrong. If a devotee is asking, you will give it. That's what you did. There was a demon by name Bhasmasura, and he did tapasya to Shankara. And when Shankara appeared, what do you want? He said, give me a boon. If I keep my hand on the head of somebody, that's it, he should be burned to ashes right away. Shankara said, good, I gave you. Then you know what he did? Let me make sure that you gave me the right boon or not. So let me keep my hand on your own head first, so that you will be burned to ashes. And Shankara got scared. This man is chasing him. Hey, don't run away, don't run away. I want to make sure that you gave me the right boon. If I keep my head, they should be burnt to ashes. Hold on, I want to check it on you. Shankara got so scared and was running away. He thought of Narayana. Narayana immediately appeared like the most mesmerizing, beautiful lady, Mohini. And when Mohini appeared, Bhasmasura forgot about Shankara. He was running behind this girl. And that Mohini was teasing him. And finally asked him that when Bhasmasura said, I am the great Bhasmasura, would you like to marry me? She said, if I had to marry you, you should be my equal in every respect. Bhasmasura said, oh, I am your equal. If I sing, can you sing? Good. They started singing. If I play, can you play? Play. If I dance, can you dance? Yes. So Mohini was doing the dance steps so fast, moving her hands this way, that way, that way. And this fellow Bhasmasura was doing the same thing. And finally, Mohini in one dance posture, she kept her hand on her own head. And this fellow has to do exactly like that. So he was so much absorbed in Mohini and in the dance. So he has to copycat every movement of Mohini. He also kept his own hand on his own head. And what was the blessing? You keep your hand on anybody's head, he should be burnt to ashes. That's it. Bhasmasura was burnt to ashes. Mahalakshmi gives that example. You keep on giving the boons to Rakshasas. Don't know who will come after you, how long you'll be alive or not. She says, how long will I be having a husband if I marry you? No guarantee. So no, I don't want to marry you. Emma? నేను చెప్పాను కదమ్మా శ్రీమన్నారాయణ's incarnations are billion. Because we cannot remember billion. Bhagavatam gives at least 21. Even 21 is too much for them. So 10 they have given. Use a simple calculation. What did Krishna say? Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam sujamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. In every yugam, even if you take one incarnation per yugam, one incarnation, but in some yugas there are 2 or 3 incarnations. Satya yugam, Krita yugam, there were Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Nrsimha, and Vamana. Treta yugam, Parashurama and Dasharatharama. Dwapara yugam, Balarama and Krishna. So forget about them. Even if you take one incarnation per yugam, so in every yuga, in 4 yugas, there can be 4 incarnations. 1,000 such all 4 yugas put together is just one Mahayugam. In one Mahayugam, 4 yugas, so 4 incarnations per yugam. Got it? 4 yugas together is one Mahayugam. So 4 incarnations in one Mahayugam. Come to Bhagavad Gita. Yuga Sahasranam Aharyat Brahmano Viduhu. 1000 such Mahayugas is just 12 hours of Brahma. So in 12 hours of Brahma, 1000 Mahayugas. So in every Mahayuga, 4 yugas. So 4 incarnations per Mahayuga. So in 1000 Mahayugas, in 12 hours of Brahma, 4000 incarnations. Got it? In one day of Brahma. 360 days like that for Brahma is 1 year. So 360 multiplied by 4000, 1.44 million. And each Brahma will live for 100 such years. 1.44 million times 100. 144 million incarnations in the lifetime of one Brahma. And the present Brahma is the 7th Brahma for Narayana. 6 Brahmas have gone by. That is each Brahma living for 8.64 billion years as one day. That kind of days 360. That kind of years 100. And that kind of Brahmas have gone, 6 Brahmas have gone by. When you do your Sankalpam, Adya Brahmanaha Dvitiya Pararde Shveta Varaha Kalpe Vaivasvata Manvantare, you know what you are saying. Narayana, how supreme Lord you are. For you, not 1, 2, 3, 6 Brahmas have gone by. For the 7th Brahma, 50 years have gone by. 51st year for the Brahma. 28 Mahayugas have gone by. Ashta Vimshati Mahayuge, Kali Yuge, Pradhamapade. Correct. Now come back to your mathematics. In one Mahayuga, 4 incarnations. 12 hours of Brahma, 1000 Mahayugas. 1000 times 4, 4000 incarnations in one day of Brahma. Night time, no creation, so no incarnations. So, 360 days like that is 1 year for Brahma. 360 times 4000. 1,044,000. 100 such years is one lifetime of Brahma. 144 million. This is the 7th Brahma. 144 times 7. 1,000,000,028 or so. A billion taking only one incarnation. But in some yugas there are more than one incarnation. So there is a minimum of 1 billion incarnations. How many you can remember? That's why they said at least remember 10. So she disqualified Shankara. Mahalakshmi, Indra came in line. Oh, I'm great, I'm Indra, king of heavens. She said, shut up, get lost. I don't even want to look at your face. Shame on you, shame on you. You know, Ahalya is married to a great Maharshi Gautama. You wanted to enjoy Gautama's wife, Ahalya. You disguised yourself as a cock. And at midnight itself, you started crowing. And that poor Gautama Maharshi thought, oh, it is crowing. That means early morning. He went to the river to take bath. Then you entered the Parnashala. And you enjoyed with Ahalya. Then you disguised yourself as a Gautama Maharshi and went in. And Ahalya could find out and say, enough, enough. You don't have to disguise. I know you are Indra. And you enjoyed with Ahalya. And Gautama came and cursed you, cursed Ahalya. Stupid fellow. You don't even have manners. Other man's wife you should treat as your mother. Instead of treating another man's wife as your mother, Matruvat Paradarani. Instead of treating other man's wife as your mother, shamelessly you impersonated and you cheated and you enjoyed. Shame on you, don't even show your face to me. That's how she disqualified every Devi Devata and went and put, the only person who did not stand in line is Narayana. She searched for him and then went and garlanded Narayana. So the Vedas say, Hrishchate Lakshmishcha Patnyoh. If Mahalakshmi has not accepted that person as her husband, he is not Purusha. He is not eligible for being called as Purusha. And that is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita too. There are 2 kinds of Purushas. Dvavimau Purusha Loke Ksharascha Kshara Evacha Ksharasharvani Bhutani. The body, the Purusha Deham, is going to perish. But the Atma that is inside is not going to perish. Kshara Sharvani Bhutani Kutastu Akshara Uchate Uttamah Purushasthanyaha Paramatme Chudahutaha. If you want to call that Paramatma as Purusha, Yo Lokatrayma Vishya Vibharchavya Ishvaraha Yasmaksharamati Toham Aksharadapi Jottamaha Atosmi Loke Vedecha Pratitaha Purushottamaha. That Krishna is called Purushottama because even compared to the Atma, he is way superior. That's why he's called Purushottama. So that Purusha Shabdam applies only to Srimad Narayana because Mahalakshmi married him. Not only that, even the incarnations, they are called as Purnavataras only if Mahalakshmi accepted him as her husband. If Mahalakshmi did not accept, they are only partial incarnations. Matsya Purna partial. Varahaswami, Mahalakshmi's second form, Bhudevi accepted him as her husband. So okay. Narasimha, Mahalakshmi came as Chensurashmi and sat in his lap, Purnavataram. Vamana Parshurama, no Mahalakshmi. Dasharatha Rama, Mahalakshmi came as Sita Devi, so Purnavataram. Balarama, no Mahalakshmi. Krishna, Mahalakshmi appeared in all her 8 forms and married Krishna. So, Paripurnavataram. That's why Krishna is called Paripurnavataram. A is equal to B. A is identically equal to B. That is the difference. Narayana equal to Narasimha, equal to Rama, equal to Venkateshwara. Krishna, Narayana is identically the same as Krishna. That is why he is called Paripurna Avatar. So better say these examples. Go ahead, what is your question?
So when they are identically equal, why Narayana is living in Vaikuntha and why Lord Krishna is living in Goloka?
See, first of all, this Goloka, etc., is a Hare Krishna's interpretation. And they take only Puranas, Brahma Vaivarta Purana, etc., Brahmanda Purana. We have 3 great Acharyas, Shankara, Ramanuja, Madhva, to talk about the Paramatma Tattvam. Puranas, nobody says they are bad, but they are good in academic circles. They are good only at a BA level. When you talk about Paramatma at the PhD level, all 3 Acharyas did not accept any of the 18 Puranas as standard. Because all the Puranas, by the time Shankaracharya came, after Vedavyasa completed the Puranas in Dwapara Yuga, 3,800 years have gone by in Kali Yuga. Shankaracharya appeared about 1200 years back, Ramanuja 800 years back, Ramanujacharya 1000 years back, Madhvacharya about 800 years back. So, in that 3,800 years, by the time Shankaracharya appeared, so many interpolations and extrapolations in Puranas. Everybody started adding their own favorite chapters as additions to them. None of the 3 Acharyas accepted any of the Puranas as standard. And Upanishads are there, 108. Again, Upanishads also, some of them for the 10th grade students, some of them for BA level, Masters, PhD level. Only 12 among the 108 Upanishads are accepted as standard. Katha Upanishad, Kena Upanishad, Prashna Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad, Mandukya Upanishad, Taittiriya Upanishad, Mahanarayana Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishad, Burhadaranyaka Upanishad, Aitariya Brahmanam. Like this, only 12 are accepted as the highest level of Upanishads for Parabrahma Nirnayam, Paramatma Nirnayam. Upanishads. Second one, Brahma Sutras, the 1-line formulas of Vyasa, 540 1-line formulas. That is the second one they accepted. Nobody could change them. The third one, Bhagavad Gita, nobody could change it. These 3 are called Prasthana Trayam, to establish a religious order, If Shankara wanted to interpret Bhagavan has no form, he has to give correct interpretation to 12 Upanishads, Brahma Sutras, and Bhagavad Gita in that way. Ramanuja in the Visishta Advaita way, Madhva in the Dvaita way. Only these are accepted. So this Goloka Vrindavanam, it is superior to Vaikuntham, etc., is only from the Puranas, not from the Vedas, not from the Upanishads. Whereas Vedas, Upanishads only talk about Narayana, Vaikuntham, that's all. But the beauty of Vaikuntham is, this man is a devotee of Rama. He goes to Vaikuntham. Everything appears as Sanketam for him. He will say, Rama, 14 years of forest life, how did you manage, Rama? That's it. The whole show runs second by second, shot by shot, for 14 years. Every second by second, the whole show will be running for him. And like-minded people who reach Vaikuntham, devotees of Rama. Suppose he is a devotee of Krishna. He reaches Vaikuntham. Krishna. How fortunate are the Gopikas. 16,000 Gopikas, Rasa Krida. That's it. The time was frozen at the time of Rasa Krida. How long did it happen? One night? Don't know. 1 year? Don't know. Million years? We don't know. So for a million years, for the devotees who love Krishna, the whole thing appears only as Vrindavan, Dwaraka, Krishna, everything like that. So they think that one as Goloka Vrindavan. Got it? Another person goes, devotees of Narasimha. For them, the whole thing appears, Swami, how did you save Prahlada? The whole thing appears. So that is where people have, depending on whatever they like, they interpret it. But according to the Vedas, Narayana is the Paramapurusha. Narayana vacated Vaikuntham and came as Krishna. That is why exactly the same, identically equal to. But Narayana's complete incarnation Rama, but still Narayana did not vacate Vaikuntham. He can be there, he can be here. So that is how it is. So this Goloka Vrindavanam, Goloka Vaikuntham, and some people, there is nothing wrong, you cannot find fault with them. You know, essential ingredients are only chana dal powder and sugar. He likes it as laddu. He likes it as Mysore pak. Essentially, it is only the chana dal powder, sugar and ghee to make them. But the recipe is different. The recipe of laddu is different from the recipe of Mysore pak. But he says, my laddu is great, man. Nothing to beat my laddu. Come on, my Mysore pak is great. Nothing to beat my Mysore pak. Sweet means Mysore pak only. Nothing to beat my laddu. Sweet means laddu only. So you cannot be taking their individual preferences, that's all. But otherwise, the Vedas say, Nishkalo, Niranjano, Nirvikalpo, Nirakhyataha, Shuddho Deva Eko Narayanaha, Nadvitiyosti Kaschat. Look at this. If really Goloka Vrindavanam is so great, etc., etc., it is there. Did Krishna say one word about it in Bhagavad Gita? Did Krishna say one word about it in Bhagavatam? Nowhere it is there. But in other Puranas that are there, tailor-made, Brahmanda Purana, Brahma Vaivarta Purana, you know, even among the Puranas, you know that? 18 Puranas. You know how they classified 18 Puranas? For the people in Sattva Guna, only 6 Puranas are called Sattvika Puranas that deal with Vishnu, Vishnu Purana, Matsya Purana, right? Bhagavatam, Sattvika Puranas. For the people in Rajoguna, passionate way, all that starts with the Brahma, Brahma Vaivarta Purana, Brahmanda Purana, Bhavishya Purana, for them. Because they are there in the mode of Rajoguna, to attract them. This kind of descriptions are given. For the people who are in Tamo Guna, anything that starts with the Linga Purana, Shiva Purana, Skanda Purana, these are all there for them. So you cannot take a Rajoguna, Rajasika Puranas, etc. as the deciding theory for Parabrahma Nirnaya. That is why, even then, with lots of interpolations and extrapolations. So, Ramayana is not a Purana. Mahabharata is not a Purana. They are itihasas. Itihasa, itiha, asaha. They are the diary, chronicle. This is how it happened. The diary of events, right? The chronicle, your logbook. So Valmiki created a logbook of how it happened. Vedavyasa created a logbook how Mahabharata happened, logbooks. So that is why Mahabharata and Ramayana are accepted as examples. Because Bhagavad Gita is part of Mahabharata. Bhagavad Gita is part of Mahabharata. But still Bhagavad Gita is accepted because it is not from Purana, it is Itihasa. So only these three, Prasthana Trayam. In Prasthana Trayam, the 12 Upanishads, what we said now, are the 540 Brahma Sutras, or the Bhagavad Gita. Not even one word, anything other than Vaikuntha. That's why Krishna says, Yad gatva nanivartante tadhama paramam mama brahma bhuvana loka punadavartinojjana mami pechyati kaunteya punarjanmana vidyate. So we cannot take Puranas, 10th grade textbooks. They are good. Unless you pass 10th grade, how can you come to PhD? So you have to go through the 10th grade coursework also. But that is valid only up to 10th grade. You have to go through BA also. But those books are valid only up to BA. Suppose he goes to library. In library, he goes only there to the first floor. In the first floor, he will have daily newspapers, weekly magazines, high school books up to 12th grade only, they will be there. But if you leave the first floor and go to the next second floor, you will find the books for advanced reading, BA level, etc. You leave that level and go to the next floor, you find the books useful for the master's level students. You cross that level, go to the 4th floor, you will find a reference section, research magazines, research journals, where they will not give you even the journals outside. You have to sit there, make note of it, come out. The rest of the books you can borrow them because they are printed in thousands. Research journals, only one issue will be there. You understand? So people go there, sit there, make notes of it, read there. So by his going and stopping with the first floor, hey, I know everything in the library, man. Oh, the 10th grade books are wonderful. Good, he knows only up to that level. Because even if he goes to the BA level, he cannot understand the subject matter there. Got it? So Puranas are like that. That's why none of the Acharyas took any of the Puranas as standard.
So Vaikuntha is the final.
Vaikuntha is the final one.
Above that, there are no lokas.
There is nothing beyond Vaikuntha. Because Krishna says, Mattah parataram nanyat kinchit asti dhananjaya. So beyond that Vaikuntha there is nothing. And how do you know there is Vaikuntha, not Goloka Vrindavanam? In Srimad Bhagvatam there is an incident. When Krishna was there in Dwaraka, as I told you, if dharma is there properly in a country, two things are to be noted. When the parents are alive, no child should ever die. If a child is dead when the parents are alive, there is no dharma. There is a dent in dharma. Second thing, no woman should ever become a widow. Every woman died when there is dharma, as a sumangali, when the husband is still alive. When ladies become widows, that means there is a dent in dharma. Got it? So, even though Lord Rama ruled the country for 11,000 years, and even though Padakas ruled India in his absence when he was in the forest for 14 years, the 14 years Padaka ruling the country, No child ever died when the parents are alive. No woman ever became a widow. But when Rama was ruling, a child died when the parents are alive. Same thing. When Krishna was there too, there was a poor priest. He will give birth to a child, they have a child, the child is dead after birth. Many times it happened. And that priest got so angry with Krishna. Every time his wife gives birth to a child and in a few days the child is dead, he will bring the dead body and leave the dead body in front of at the front door of Krishna and say, "What kind of rule are you doing? Look at this, I am alive, my child is dead." Krishna did not answer that question. But one day Arjuna happened to be there. And on that day it so happened that this man's another child died. He brought the dead body and kept it in front of Krishna's palace and was accusing Krishna. Arjuna came and saw, "Oh, don't worry. I will help you this time. I will see how death will come and snatch your child. I'll build a cage with my arrows, a cage, a special house. You live inside the house. Even death cannot enter. I'll fortify it with my astras and shastras." Okay, he believed Arjuna. Then, as usual, his wife became pregnant, he delivered. This time, after delivery, the whole baby disappeared. Even though they are living in a cage, the baby disappeared. He came out of the cage and started scolding Arjuna. "You know what? Krishna could not help me. I should be a stupid to believe that you can help me. Till the other day, you were there, neither a man nor woman, you worked as a dance teacher. I believed you, my stupidity. At least before I used to have a dead body to see it and cry. Now even the body is not there, disappeared. This is what you are." Arjuna felt ashamed and said, "Since I could not protect, no point in my living." He prepared a big fire and he wanted to jump and immolate himself. Krishna said, "No need to jump, man. Come on. There is always a secret behind everything. Come." Krishna got Arjuna into his chariot and took Arjuna to Vaikuntham. There he showed him Narayana. Arjuna was surprised. Narayana, Krishna, exactly look alike. Exact lookalikes. Narayana said, "It is time, Krishna. Your 125 years is almost about to be over. Just wanted to remind you, come back soon." It is Krishna, there is no Narayana there, because Narayana vacated. So the same Krishna appeared as Narayana for Arjuna. Come back, Krishna. And Arjuna won't believe it unless he takes him there. If Krishna says, "I am the Narayana, I vacated Vaikuntham and I came here," he won't believe. So he took him there and his own replica he arranged there. That's all it is.
So this is from Vedas one?
Pardon? This is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam and Vishnu Purana.
Oh.
So these are the Sattvika Puranas which deal with Vishnu. So what we have to understand is, according to the Vedas, Vaikuntham, it very specifically says, "Om Namo Narayanaayeti mantropasakaha Vaikuntha bhuvanalokam gamishyati." It says very clearly, "Om ityekaksharam nama iti dve akshare Narayanaayeti panchaksharani." 1, 2, 5. Om 1 letter, Namaha 2 letters, Narayanaya 5 letters. Om ityekaksharam nama iti dve akshare Narayanayeti panchaksharani etadvai Narayanasya ashtaksharam padam yohavai Narayanasya ashtaksharam padamadhyeti anupabruva sarvamayeti Vaikuntha bhuvanalokam gamishyati. So the people, they have written their own Puranas, they have written their own books, they have written their own chronology of events, and they have glorified. That's fine. There's no point in arguing with anybody. You want to believe that way? Fine. But what the Vedas say is different. Got it? That is why that Ashtakshara mantra. That is why that Sharanagati. There are 3 mantras according to, again, if we say that some people don't like. For some people, they have their own mantra and they call it Maha Mantra, greatest mantra, greatest, like that. Let them see. But Vedas don't say that. Vedas only talk about only 3 mantras. The 6-letter mantra of Vishnu. Om Vishna Ve Na Maha. 6-letter mantra of Vishnu, Shadakshara mantra. 8-letter mantra of Narayana. Om Namo Narayana. 8 letters Ashtakshara mantra. And the 12 letters Dvadashakshara mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 12 letters Dvadashakshara mantra. These are the only 3 mantras called Vyapaka mantras. Only 3 mantras can give you moksha. And among the 3 again, Ashtakshara mantra is considered to be the better one. That is the reason why the Vedas have proclaimed. In fact, Dhruva, etc., they got a Dvadashakshara mantra. And some people got Vishnu mantra. But the Vedas have said Ashtakshara mantra. That is the reason why in Ramanuja Vaishnavism, they take Ashtakshara mantra as the highest one. Because of the Vedic references. Om Namo Narayanaayeti mantropasakaha Vaikunta Bhuvana Lokam Gamishyati Taddavan Natram. Other than this, anything else will not take you there. But people, he likes it only as laddu. He likes it only as Mysore pak. You argue with him, he will never budge. It will be only endless argument with no final decision. He will not budge, laddu is not great. He will not budge, Mysore pak is not great. And never-ending discussion, not going to help us. But what you go by the path should be same thing. He went to India on a business trip or a vacation. Somehow he found some nice things. He charged his credit card. $40,000 he charged. He wanted to buy a few more things, no cash, no credit card. What will he do? He'll go to the nearby jewelry shop, take out a ring that he has, or a lady take out a bangle, give it and say, this is gold. Take it and give me some 100,000 rupees, 1 lakh rupees. Do you think just because you said it's a gold ring, gold bangle, he will give you? No. That gold shop owner, he will be having a touchstone. He would have scratched on that a real 24 karat gold. And he will scratch your ring next to that or your bangle and say, yes, this is gold, but lot of copper content. This shine is not the same as this. This could be only 18 karat gold. I cannot give you 100,000. I'll give you only 65,000. Always they compare with the gold standard. You understand what is gold standard? Gold standard is, you buy a gold biscuit. What do they call on the back? 999. What is that 999? 99.9% pure. That is 24 karat gold. So everything is tested against gold standard. You understand what is gold standard? Same thing. So every mantra, every religious book is tested against the gold standard called the Vedas. But the people who are not at that level proficient, or some people, even though they are proficient, they wanted to help the general public, so they might have come down to a different level to help them, thinking that one day they will also know what is the gold standard. But after some time, they all become religions. Very simple, sir. As I told you, without a proper yajnapavitam, you should not chant Gayatri. And that yajnapavitam should be put on to a child, depending on the family traditions, before he gets married. Before he gets married. In some communities, tomorrow is the marriage, today they do the Upanayana. That's not right. Garbhashtamam, this little fellow got Upanayana, including the 9 months he spent in the womb of his mother. 7 years and 3 months, they do the Upanayana. So that if you do at a young age, below 13, even if you delay it, below 13 you should do. from 13 until he gets married at 21, 22 or 24. At least for 10 years, he will do the Sandhya Vandanam, he will do the Gayatri Japam, he will do the Agni Karyam, everything. Tomorrow marriage, today Upanayam for you. Will your mind be thinking of Sandhya Vandanam, Japam or honeymoon, wife, enjoyment? But in some families, that is the tradition. You cannot change it. You tell them. You tell them. Emma? ఏంటమ్మా ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ ఖర్చులో ఖర్చు ఉపనయనానికి మళ్ళీ అగైన్ వై డూ స్పెండ్ 2 lakhs, మ్యారేజ్ అగైన్ 10 lakhs. Oh, if you do it one day before the marriage, it's okay. That is the very, very bad way of doing things. But people are accustomed in some families. What can we do? We tell them, they won't listen. They say, this is our tradition, this is our family, my grandfather did it. Suppose your grandfather is a barber in India, shaving. Nothing wrong in that. It's a profession. But how come then you studied computers and you came to America as a software? For those things, they don't go for family tradition. But you say for God, they will not agree to that. Same thing here. So, a brahmachari should have Upanayana. But in some religious organizations nowadays, they say this gentleman is married, has 4 children. But if you follow our tradition, if you chant our mantra for 1 year, 2 years, they will put a yajna and they say, okay, we made you Brahmin, we gave you Gayatri. But that Gayatri should be given to a brahmachari, not to a grihastha. But they are doing it. And they go everywhere saying that, hey, can you go and turn on the light? Just walk there to the light. One of you walk to the light. So you understand? Are you getting my point? So these people, they say, you join our organization, you chant our mantras for 1 year, 2 years, 4 years, then we'll make you a Brahmin, but that by then this guy is already married, has 4 children. It is such against the principle to Veda that performing Upanayanam for a Grihastha, nowhere in history, nowhere in the Vedic literature. But people are doing nowadays for the past 30, 40 years, some religious argument. Why should we go worry about them? Let them do it. There is no point in arguing with them. ఏంటమ్మా దాని ఏమంటే కుక్కపల్లిని తీసుకొని వేస్తే కుక్కపల్లి కూడా బ్రాహ్మణ అయిపోతుంది ఏంటి? దట్స్ నాట్ రైట్ అమ్మా. ఓన్లీ ఫర్ ద పీపుల్ ఇఫ్ దే ఆర్ బోర్న్ either in Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya communities, only Trivarnikas they are called. For those children, before marriage, it should be done. Not after marriage, not after having children. If they miss it, that's it, they missed it. Yes, Amma. Yes, original ga undedamma. Cheptanamma. Yes, what is your question? Because Vedas said that. Everything is by the gold standard Vedas. Yes, sir.
So, two questions, sir.
Yes, sir.
Bhagvatam paramam pavitram prajapate it sahajam purasthat అన్నప్పుడు చాతుర్వర్ణాలకు ఉండాలి కదా స్వామి?
లేదు. సహజం పురస్థాత్ అంటే దట్ డజంట్ మీన్ దట్ ఎనీబడి హూ ఈస్ హ్యావింగ్ ఈజ్ ఎలిజిబిలిటీ ఫర్ దట్. That is not the meaning of it. Vishnu is different. How can you compare a Jivatma with Paramatma? President Biden wants to go. He'll go by Air Force One. Are you going by Air Force One to India? So how can we compare ourselves, going by a commercial flight in the economy class, right? How can we compare ourselves with President Biden's Air Force One, right? President Biden, there is no security check for him. There is no customs clearance for him. They just walk in, walk out. For you, security check is there, customs clearance is there. So we cannot compare. Now, that girl's question, thank God, today not that many ladies are there. Only 2 people, so no problem. We can easily talk. This is how it happened. In Srimad Bhagvatam, there is an incident. You are right, Amma. Once upon a time, ladies also had Yajnapavitam in the Vedic times. If you look at the images of Mahalakshmi, Parvati, Saraswati, they all had Yajnapavitam. And not only that, even among human beings, in Mahatmas, Yajnavalkya's wife, Gargeyi, Maitreyi, they all had Yajnapavitams. They used to sit and participate in the Vedic discussions, in the academic discussions. Charcha, they call it. With the menfolk. They had Yajnapavitam. They studied Veda, they did Upanishads. What happened? Bhagavatam, it is there. Very delicate, I'll try my best to put it as pleasant as I can. Indra one day wanted to do a yajnam. His original priest Brihaspati was very busy. He asked his cousin brother, Kashyapa is Prajapati, Daksha is another Prajapati. Daksha had 60 daughters. 27 of them, Ashwini, Bharani, Kritika, Rohini, gave in marriage to Chandra. 13 of them he gave in marriage to Kashyapa. So one daughter of Kashyapa among the 13, the wife of Kashyapa, Aditi, her children are Devatas. Another daughter of Daksha, Aditi's own sister, Diti, her children are the demons, Rakshasas. So almost the Rakshasas are Devatas, are the same father, mothers are different. Half brother. Okay? So Indra asked one of his half brothers, Twashta, to come and perform the yajnam because his regular priest Brihaspati is busy. He said, I accepted another assignment, I cannot come. He requested his cousin. They also know Veda mantras, even though they are Rakshasas. So Indra was doing the yajnam, Twashta was the priest. Suppose you call me to your house to do a puja. You spend all the money. You don't know whether I am doing the puja for your benefit or for my benefit at your expense. Correct? You don't know the meaning of the mantras. Indra knows the meaning of the mantras. This Twashta, while performing the yajnam, some mantras he is chanting for the benefit of Indra. Some mantras he is chanting for himself and his brothers. And his brothers are the demons who are the enemies of Indra. Indra knows the meaning of the mantras. He got so mad at Twashta. He is there officiating as a priest, sitting and conducting the yajnam. He got so angry with Twashta. I am the host, you are the priest. I am paying for everything. You are supposed to do the yajnam for my favor. But you are doing some of it for you and your brother's favor. They are my enemies. He got so angry. He killed the priest right well, then and there. Killing a priest is the most unimaginable sin. So the killing of a priest, Brahmahatya Patakam, is haunting Indra. And immediately the Maharshi said, no, with so much of sin, you cannot be in Indra's place. Get out. He was kicked out. But to lose that position is very difficult. So Indra went around everyone. I can give you whatever you want. Will you take my sin? Will you take my sin? Barter system. You take my sin, I'll give you whatever you want. Everybody said, come on, who will take that Brahmacharya sin, even if you give us millions? Finally, 4 people came forward. They said, we cannot take the entire sin. We will take 1/4 of it, but we want something back in return. Sure. Bhudevi came up. Bhudevi came and said, look at these people. They keep on digging, making holes for agriculture, for land, for mining. So whatever it be. I want my skin to be smooth and having the sheen. So even if they dig me, make holes, everything, with anything I should be able to fill it up. A stone falls, I can fill it up, the hole. A leaves falls, dirt falls, anything, I should be able to have a clean, smooth sheen. If you give me that boon, I will take 1/4 of the sin. Granted, so 1/4 of sin she took. As a result of that 1/4 of sin, before you plant a seed everywhere, nothing, no need for cultivation, fertilizer. Immediately it used to come plant, a tree, fruits, flowers, leaves, crops, everything. But some parts of the land, after taking the 1/4 of Brahmacharya dosham, became a barren land, Vusara Kshetram. You plant anything, nothing germinates there. So some portions of the land have become Usara Kshetram, barren land, where nothing germinates, nothing grows. Good. Then trees personified came forward. Trees. We will take 1/4 of sin, provided you give something back to us. Suppose somebody comes and cuts off my hand. I can't grow my hand. Somebody cuts off my leg will not grow. For the trees also it was like that. They cut off a branch, it won't grow. They cut off a stem, it won't grow. So trees said, these people are just cutting us off for their firewood, furniture, construction, everything. So they cut off a branch, we cannot grow. They cut off at the roots, we cannot grow. Give us a boon. Even if they cut off, we can grow them again. Right? We can grow them again. Good. If you give us that boon, we'll take 1/4 of your sin. That's why trees, you cut off a branch, again another branch will come. You cut, roots are there, you cut off even at the base, it again will grow. They got that boon. What happened? Trees developed, losing their sap as a glue. You remember in the good olden days how we used to get glue? You go to a tree, take a nail and put a dent in that. So the fluid, the life-saving fluid, started oozing out and solidifies as glue. You remember? That's how the natural glue used to be, organic glue. You remember when you were young, that's how we used to get it, right?
Yeah, phloem sap.
Huh?
It's called phloem sap.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What do you call it?
Phloem sap.
Exactly, xylem, phloem tubes, right? So the food sap is coming out. Sometimes even without a dent, the trees themselves just develop a crack and it flows out. Even if you don't put a dent there. So that is how the trees took 1/4 of the sin and started losing their own life-saving sap over there. Then water came forward. Water personified. We want a favor from you. We can take 1/4 of the sin. What do they want? 1 liter of milk, 1 liter of water. You add water. You cannot change it, you cannot discriminate it, and the quantity should grow. 1 liter water, 1 liter milk, 2 liters. You cannot separate it. So if we add anything, it should grow. And however dirty it may be, unless they wash it in water, it cannot be clean. If you can give us this boon, unless water is used, nothing can be clean. And if we add, quantity should increase and we cannot be separated. We take pride that we have grown. We will take the 1/4 of your sin. Good. We got it. And what is the result of the 1/4 of Brahmacharya? Foam appeared. Foam is forbidden in religious matters. Foam, it is not air, it is not water. So orthodox people, whenever they go to a river, if they see foam, they won't take bath. They will use their hand to push the foam and take bath. Because foam is a direct manifestation of Brahmahatya dosha. It is the air that is there suspended in the water like a bubble, foam. The white foam. When you pour water, you take coffee, you take milk, you take water, you pour from one tumbler to the other, like, in India, like this, they keep on doing, and the whole cup will be filled with foam. Is it coffee? Is it milk? It is neither coffee, nor milk, nor water. It is nothing. It is just a foam. So the foam has become the impurity for water because of Brahmacharya dosha. And the fourth one to come forward and take the 1/4 of Brahmacharya sin is difficult for her to understand. In the good olden days, if you look at any animal, in animal, the meeting between a male and a female is only to become pregnant. And if the female is pregnant, the male will come and smell and it knows it is pregnant. It won't even touch the female. Even today, animals mate only to become pregnant. And no mating between male and female when they are pregnant. Once upon a time, human beings were also like that. Once upon a time, all of us were like that. But womanhood personified came forward and said, we will take 1/4 of the Brahmacharya sin, provided you give us a boon. It's all in Bhagavatam. Indra said, what do you want? For pregnancy or not for pregnancy? during pregnancy, after pregnancy, if he can give us the boon that we can enjoy with a man, either to become pregnant or not to become pregnant, or even after become pregnant, if you can give us that boon, we will take 1/4 of your sin. Granted. As a result of the boon they got, and as a result of the brahmacharya they got, monthly cycles started appearing for females. Before that, there were no monthly cycles. Before that, there was Yajnapavitam. Before that, there was Veda Parayanam. So, with the Brahmahatya, you cannot have Brahmopadesham. With the Brahmahatya dosham, you cannot have Yajnapavitam. That is how the whole female species lost their access to Veda Parayanam and to Yajnapavedharanam because of Brahmahatya dosham. Ardhamainda konchamaina, good girl amma. That is why ladies don't have Yajnapavitam now. Okay? Yesterday I told you why ladies cannot touch salagramas, right? Right? Today I told you why ladies should not have Yajnapavitam. Got it, sir? So, in our Vedic literature, there is an explanation completely given for each and every aspect. Unfortunate, if we are not completely familiar, chapter chudandi, half knowledge is more dangerous antare. Half chudandi, in India, suppose in some family, somebody is dead. The half knowledgeable priest will say after the 10th, 11th day ceremony, "Oh, you did it so well. For 1 year, don't even go to the temples." An absurd statement. Not at all true. Half knowledgeable priest. How do you know? On the 13th day especially, when they call it a Shubha Swikaram, suppose somebody is dead and somebody did the last rites. For them, they say, family members come, put some oil on his head, give him an oil bath, give him new clothes to wear, make some sweet in the house, and eat sweet, Shubha Swikaram, and in the evening go to the temple and come. That is what the scripture says. And from that day, you can do Shubha Karyam. That's why it's called Shubha Swikaram. But you know the half knowledgeable priest? Oh, for 1 year don't go to the temples. Who said that? You know, according to scriptures, suppose somebody lost the father or mother, and if you have a daughter, you are advised to do Kanya Danam. This morning you heard Kanya Danam. If you do a Kanya Danam, is it not a Shubha Karyam? If you do a Kanya Danam, if your father or mother who passed away, if they are destined to go to hell, by you are doing a proper Kanya Danam, you will elevate them, divert their route from Narakam to Brahmalokam. When they say you can even perform a Kalyanam, they say don't do Shubha Karyams, don't go to temples. Half knowledge is very, very dangerous, sir. And you cannot argue with them. They will shout at you. This is our tradition. My grandfather did this. My whole village is doing it. Who are you to question? This is the kind of unfortunate arguments we have. You understand? So the meaning of Shubha Swikaram is you do Shubha Karyam from now onwards. The idea in sending them on the 13th day temple is you visit the temples from now onwards. But in some good olden days, in a family, their young child, a 20-year-old boy died. They felt so bad. They are still so sorry that they themselves did not feel like going to a temple, did not feel like celebrating a festival. But that has become a tradition. There is a very old man, 80-year-old man, 90-year-old man died. These people are waiting, then this old fellow will die. And they say, no, don't go. So these are all have no religious basis at all. This is all just, hearsay, moodha charalu, moodha namakarantare, superstitions. They have no meaning at all. Got it? Go ahead, Amma, what else you want?
Just question. Sir, Swami, మొత్తం వేదాలు అవన్నీ మన భారతదేశంలో మాత్రం అయ్యాయి కదా. The question is, ఇప్పుడు మరి మిగతా కంట్రీస్లో ఎందుకు కాలేదు? లెట్స్ సే అమెరికాలో కాలేదు, లేకపోతే ఆస్ట్రేలియాలో కాలేదు, వాటిలో ఎందుకు కాలేదు?
See, the question is, Columbus discovered America when? 600 years back. Before that, American population was very little. People were there living a simple life, taking care of the cattle, etc., living, etc. There was no that much of sin accumulated here. India culture Rama appeared 880,000 years back. By then itself, there is a vast culture, good, bad, evil, ugly. That's why Bhagavan appeared there. Those days, the population here was very meager. You know Australia, right? You know the present day Australia, right? You know about 100 to 200 years back, what was Australia? All the criminals from UK were deported to Australia as punishment. You heard of it? You heard of it? So those countries, their population, very limited, very elementary way of living. Whereas in India by then, it was a very advanced civilization where 880,000 years back in Valmiki Ramayana, they have expandable planes, flights that can take 10 people, that the same flight can take 1,000 people, the same flight can take 10,000 people. They have that kind of technology. They have missiles. They have nuclear weapons. Don't think that only in a scientific way can be energy. It's all energy. Simple principle of energy. If one form of energy disappears, it reappears in another form of energy. So this is, sound is a form of energy. You clap. You cannot see whether I am pregnant or not. You change the frequency of the sound to ultrasound. With a probe, you can see whether somebody is pregnant or not. It's energy only. X-rays, energy. Gamma rays, energy. Light, energy. So different forms of energy. They had spiritual energy. You are eating rice, vegetable, yogurt. Where are you getting energy to get up and do work? You are starving for 2 days. No energy to work. But you are eating only rice, vegetables and yogurt. Within 1 minute of your eating, within 1 minute, you are able to get up and walk, do the work, etc. See how quickly energy is transformed from matter to energy. So the mechanisms are different. Those days they had spiritual energy. So they developed nuclear weapons. They developed nuclear warheads. They developed guided missiles. You know, guided missiles to such an extent, what do you call? The locking mechanism. The missile at the time of targeting will go and get locked to that, and even if the target is moving this way, that way, this way, that way, the missile will change its course that way, and follow it, right? Correct? Is it not what Rama used Brahmastram against that crow? That crow went to all the places and to Indraloka and again came back. Same thing, they have guided missiles, targeting missiles. But that energy is different. And still, if you cannot believe it, the Vedic knowledge to create Brahmastras, etc., the nuclear missiles, during Second World War, you just go and do your Google search. Germany was so much interested in the Vedas and the Vedic knowledge. They literally said, somebody from Rajamandri, some kind of a Shastri, they took him in special vessels, ships, etc., to Germany to decode the Vedas, to create nuclear weapons. Because he was a learned scholar and he knows how to interpret. His name also they have given some Vidyaputla Ramanatha Shastri or so. I read that, I forgot the name. I'll try to find it and send you. You do your Google search, you will find. Germany, Second World War, nuclear weapons, Rajamandri, priest. You put it, you will find. Okay? So, in that time, small countries, Germany, Japan, Italy, they attacked all the big countries. America, Pearl Harbor, Russia, UK, they all attacked. So, at that time, Russia, America, UK, they are all friends. And the German people were persecuting the Jewish people. Oppenheimer, etc., they migrated from Germany to here. Those are the people who say, hey, if you don't develop nuclear weapons, they already are following the Vedic technology to develop. So that is how all three countries pulled up all their scientific resources, scientists. And you know what? The nuclear weapon was first developed in 1945. Oppenheimer is the father of the nuclear weapon. The research project was codenamed Manhattan Project. And in the desert of New Mexico, they first triggered the controlled nuclear explosion. You make a bomb, you should test whether it works or not, right? It works or you have to test it. So they implanted it deep and then exploded, remote control. And when the whole smoke, the mushroom cloud came up, can you guess what Oppenheimer said? Bhagavad Gita, Vishwarupa Yogam, what exactly Krishna said? Kalosmi lokakshaya kut pravruttho, lokan samaharta miha pravruttaha. Exact words of Oppenheimer, the father of American nuclear weapon, 1945, after the first controlled nuclear explosion was, 5,000 years back, Lord Krishna said the same thing in Bhagavad Gita, Vishwarupa Sundarshi. He studied Sanskrit. He studied Bhagavad Gita. Just like, whenever they conduct an experiment, they succeed, you say cheers, celebrate. What was his celebration? Chanting the verse from Bhagavad Gita was his celebration. You don't have to believe me. Do your Google search. You don't have to believe me. Do Google search. Oppenheimer, first nuclear test explosion. His remarks. You will find the same verse, 11th chapter, Vishwarupa Darshana Yogam of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna saying, Kalosma lokakshaya kut pravartho, lokan samaharta miha pravartaha. That's what it is. What do you say then? So our way of understanding science is way different. Got it? You have your video call, some 10 years back only. You have your Skype, maybe some 20 years back. 5,000 years back, India had Skype and video call. Dhritarashtra is blind. Type A personality, his sons are there in the battlefield. He's under tension, what's happening, what's happening? He called his minister, Sanjaya. Vedavyasa came, gave him a Skype. Okay, you sit in the palace. You sit here. I'll give you a Skype. You can see directly what is happening there. And you keep on giving a running commentary to him. That's how Sanjaya Uvacha, Dhritarashtra Uvacha. Skype. But they had different technology. Right now, you need an instrument. He created a Skype in your own palm. Religious energy, you can do it. But our technology has not advanced. I know, you won't believe it. Now you have cell phones, right? Cell phones. You want to call your parents or somebody in India, within 1 minute, you can make a free call, even WhatsApp call, right? Free call. 40 years back when I came to America, if I had to make a call to my parents, I have to have a landline first. I had to make a call to the village post office, and the postman has to go to my house and tell them and bring them. They should wait again for my call. Then there are only limited number. They're called cable, cables. They put cables across the oceans. And I should get a connection. It takes 6 to 7 hours again to make a call and talk to them. 40 years back, did anybody imagine there will be cell phones? And not only that, in India, when I came to America, when I had to apply for a phone for my parents, the waiting period? 8 years. I'm talking 1980. Even in 1980, 40 years back, to apply for a phone connection in India, you have to wait for 8 years. Unless you are a MLA or MP, you will not get the connection at all. 8 years you have to wait in line. But today, go to the shop and then pay 2,000 rupees, you will get a phone. Cell phone. So, we took so many years to come. But 5,000 years back, they had Skype. They had wireless phone. How do you know? Gajendra Moksham. Gajendra was caught by the crocodile. The wireless connection, not from America to India, intergalactic, from here to Vaikuntham. The frequency matching. Everything is nothing but a wave. Wave is nothing but a frequency. And the frequency matching, they developed it. That is called energy. So we cannot just like that neglect the scriptures, because our understanding is very poor. That is the problem. You understand now? Good question that you asked. How do you know this is true? How do you know this is true? Yes, that is how. And again, it is up to you whether you have faith and follow it or procrastinate. That means தமிழில் என்ன சொல்லுவாங்க தெரியுமா? படித்த முட்டாளன்னு சொல்லுவாள். படித்த முட்டாளன்னு தெரியும் இல்லையா? Means they know everything, but they won't implement it. They know everything, but they don't implement it. They keep on postponing. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. By then, punya kalam aipotundi, death will come, and again birth, again death. So that is not right. So that is what Krishna says. Krishna, Arjuna, I gave you. This path leads you to eternality, liberation. This path leads to bondage, again birth, again death. Yadhechasi tatha kuru. Do whatever pleases you. Right? Otherwise, when the great Mahatma Shankaracharya was there, whole of India did not follow Hinduism. Otherwise, how come so many people have become Muslims, Christians, etc. nowadays? When Ramanuja was there, none other than Adisesha, whole of India did not accept Vaishnavism. Maybe 1% only became Vaishnavas, only 1%. When Madhvacharya came, he started Bhakti Yoga. Whole of India did not follow Bhakti Yoga, maybe 1%. 1%, that's all. Nothing more than that. Because we know it, but we don't implement it. Same thing, we know Sharanagati gives moksham, but we don't implement it. Because our silly desires are more important for us. What is called? Penny wise, pound foolish. Penny wise, pound foolish. You know that, right? You are worried about if a child takes a little bit of toilet tissue and puts it there, you shout at him. But when that fellow throws a big cup of ice cream in this thing, it fell down. It's okay, don't eat that one. A toilet tissue, how much, sir? Not even $1. Your ice cream, $5. So $5 ice cream you can waste. But a little bit of toilet tissue we are worried. So penny wise, pound foolish. So silly desires we have.
That's true, they can go from this door. They don't have to go all the way. This door you can go from.
Okay, so,
Go ahead, Ma. It's almost 9 o'clock here.
Swami,
Yes, sir.
మీరు మొన్న చెప్పారు కదా స్వామి, ఇలాగా శరణాగతి ఇవ్వాలంటే మీరు 8 లక్షల అష్టాక్షరి చేయాలి మినిమం రిక్వైర్మెంట్ అని చెప్పారు కదా స్వామి. దానికి శరణాగతికి సంబంధం ఏంటి స్వామి?
I told you repeatedly, if you are a magnet, any iron piece coming to that will also get magnetized. You understand, sir? If you are a magnet, any iron piece coming into the vicinity should also get magnetized. If you are not a magnet, you are an iron piece, another iron piece comes, both of you rub each other. It will only produce friction, produces heat. Heat is not, when it is rubbing, it will produce heat. Everybody will mistake heat as magnetism. No. If you are a magnet, you also should be able to attract another iron piece. Got it? So that is the reason why. If I don't perfect myself by chanting 8 lakhs times of Ashtakshari, I will not even have the eligibility to give you that Ashtakshari. Got it? That means I have to magnetize myself first by going to another powerful magnet first. And when I magnetize, then only I can give mantra to another person. And for that, you should not have attachment to wife, children, family, money. These are all distractions. That is the reason why. Is that clear? Is that clear, sir? Narayana. We'll stop here and tomorrow we'll conclude with Krishna's marrying another 16,100 princesses when he went to kill Narakasura, and then Banasura's humiliation, then Uddhava Gita. That will complete at least the broad topics of Srimad Bhagavatam. Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu, Karmaparam Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Om Asvatgurubhyarmastu, Paragurubhyarmastu, Sarvagurubhyarmaha. Sri Ranganatha Shri Gopetendra Lakshmi Nrsimhasedat Karnikapatram. Sri Rangavira Vraj Shri Gopurajam Vedantesam Urvajye. Srimate Sivan Shri Gopasri Vedantesam Mahadishkaya Namaha. Aspadacharya Tiruvadikale Sharanam. Nare. There are more people online than they were here.